Okay, everybody, good afternoon. We got some more centers to get through here today. We are now on to day 3, guys. So, kind of reaching a little bit here, trying to find something special in this group, starting with Matt Gulbin of the Michigan State Spartans. They have produced one player that will at least probably get drafted this year, 23 years old. This video is sponsored by Prize Picks. More on them later. About typical for size. I think modern centers are a little bit bigger most of the time. 305 pounds is totally fine, though. Arm length, little bit short, but it should be okay. Hands kind of small. Big boards, mostly fourth or fifth. PFF has him in the sixth. The aggregate has him in the very late fourth. I think that's literally the last pick of the fourth, 140. PFF grades were really good last year, but he was a little bit leaky with his pass pro over the last couple years, especially 2024. 19 hurries of some kind allowed, 19 pressures total, and he's a center. So that's not good. 4 penalties each of the last 2 years as well. So the grades are good. The actual raw numbers are not so good. So Matt Gulbin, he's got pro level power. He does have some legitimate pop. He's got a lot of college experience. I think he was a 3-year starter and had some experience before then too. He made some significant improvements in pass blocking in 2025. And I mean, even though he allowed 2 sacks, which you don't like, 5 pressures allowed is still a nice improvement. He's got some leg drive to clear out holes in the run game, so he does have the ability to push guys out. He is pretty good getting up to the second level. He's not super athletic, but he can get up to linebackers. And his pass pro sets are consistent. He's got good form, he's got good feel. Short arms do give him less range, and also probably mean he won't be able to play any guards, so center or bust. So the short arms are a problem. Twists and stunts put him in a blender, and he struggles to know where to go. The lateral agility is a little bit questionable. He's good moving up, like straight up, but moving laterally is not great. And yeah, he's certainly a flawed player, but there is some good stuff here. Pretty stock standard as far as day 3 centers go. He's experienced. He's got adequate ability in most key areas, but he does have some limitations that I feel like make him a bottom tier starter at best at the next level. There's not a ton to get excited about here, except for maybe he's got some pop. He's got more power than you would expect for a 305-pound player. Um, I'll go 4th round. I thought about 5th, but 4th round because he has legitimate power. I think there's something to be said for that. So Matt Gulbin, pretty good, but a day 3 guy at the end of the day. Would not expect the world out of him, and he's not a great scheme fit. Parker Brailsford, on the other hand, now we're talking scheme fit here. Alabama product. We might remember him a little bit, though. He was on the Washington Huskies team that made the national title game, 22 years old. Very, very small. Sub 290 at the combine, 6'2", so he is about as small as it gets these days. 32-inch arms, though, so he's not super sawed off, just a little bit. 9.5-inch hands are okay. And the testing numbers are off the charts. The jumps are borderline historic. The 40 is incredible. As far as centers go, this guy is a really good athlete. And that is kind of the thing that makes him stand out. And that's about the only thing that you can really hang your hat on at this moment, because he was not all that we expected at Alabama. Do you like sports? If you do, then the best way to make them even better and more exciting is using Prize Picks, where it always feels good to be right. Prize Picks makes daily fantasy simple. Just pick more or less on your favorite players' projections and build lineups with a few taps. Whatever sport you're into, Prize Picks gives you a fun way to stay locked in while you're watching. I've had a great time using Prize Picks so far. It makes this daily fantasy thing so easy and fun, and it even makes watching the games way more exciting. And with the cool social feeds feature, you can share lineups with your friends and even follow partners to tail or fade their picks. Obviously, we're in the NFL offseason right now, but we've got basketball, baseball, hockey, all kinds of other stuff, so don't be afraid to test things out in whatever sport clicks with you. You can even pick multiple sports in the same lineup and sweat everything at once. And don't forget about team picks, where you can pick winners, spreads, and totals on any major game. So, download Prize Picks, America's #1 sports app. And don't forget, Code HMA, that is HMA, gives you $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize picks. It's good to be right. And remember, always gamble responsibly. So, very good athlete, but very small. So, it's the trade off. Big boards, little all over, but looks like he'll be about a fifth round pick. CBS has him in the top 100, though, so it's not out of the question. The play over the last 2 years is not that great, especially this last year where this was kind of the prove it year, and his PFF grade was barely above average. He allowed 14 total pressures, 5 penalties. You just need to be a little bit better. It's not good enough. And the year before that was not great either. His best year by far, according to PFF and the numbers, is 2023. Now, he's still a pure zone fit. There's no getting around that. He is an elite athlete, and if you want a small athletic center, they don't get much more small and athletic than Parker Brailsford, so you got to pay attention. He's smart and savvy and cerebral pre-snap. He understands how to set up protections and get players in the right place and on the right assignment. He climbs up to the second level smoothly. He is comfortable in space. He needs to be. He's also a fighter. He's not shying away from contact. He's not afraid of getting into scraps. He's just small and not that strong, but he's willing to try. And he does find ways to succeed when you wouldn't expect him to because he's willing to stick his nose in there. Still, though, we're talking about the NFL here. I don't think he'll be anything more than a zone center, zone only, very small. And he kind of plays standing straight up, which is really annoying because he's short. He is 6'2". He should be getting lower here. He should be able to go low. So needs to learn how to win leverage. Nose tackles are going to definitely overwhelm his anchor. And his best year was probably 2023. That's the problem. That's not good enough. So he's such a clean scheme fit, but he wasn't even that good at Alabama. So I don't know how to feel. This one's tough. I'll bite in the fourth round. It's hard to completely give up on him, but he's such a purified scheme fit that it's hard to ignore this, even as we acknowledge the fact that he didn't really figure it out in college at Alabama. So kind of tough. Jager Burton. And I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but it's more fun to say that. So I'm going to go with Jager Burton of Kentucky, 24. So a little bit older. 6'4", 312 pounds. So kind of typical size these days. Maybe I'd go average these days. Arm length is good for a center. Hands are nice and big. And he tested quite well. Big time broad, big time 40. 10-yard split could have been better, but overall good. Remember, the data is kind of funky because 10-yard splits are somewhat recent developments in the combine process. So he's got athleticism. So fifth round, fourth round, the aggregate puts him in the fifth. PFF grade last year was good, not great. Didn't allow any quarterback sacks or hits, only 12 hurries, and 2 penalties. So pretty clean. The previous year was fairly clean as well, but he was not graded well. So your mileage may vary there. I think he had over 3 years. He might have been a 4-year starter in college, so he has got a ton of starts. He might be able to play some guard. And I say that because he's got the arm length for it. The arm length will probably allow him to play guard. He's a remarkable athlete given the fact that he's 312 pounds. So it's like a mix of size and athleticism that is rare. He's comfortable and smooth when put into space. So it's not just athleticism. He knows how to do it, and he looks good doing it. He's got a firm grip as well. His latch is real. And he's got a varied pass rush set. He's not going to just let these pass rushers time him up and figure out exactly what he's going to do on every rep. He can vary it up and mix it up. It's great. Now, he can get beat to his sides. He does occasionally get beat to his sides. He's not strong enough for dirty work in the middle. So there is definitely a little bit of an issue where you have to understand that he's a zone center, even though he's got the size. And he ducks into contact a little bit. He's one of those guys that will duck his helmet. And even though he's got good length, he does expose his chest too much. He's got to learn how to place his hands a little bit better. So I like what I see here with Burton overall. A lot of experience, good athlete, and he's got some size to him. A clean fit for zone. I go fourth round on Burton. I'm going to go fourth round. even though I recognize he was not a great player in college. So, fourth round pick here. Maybe a little bit bold, but Burton to me, pretty good. Okay. Final guy, final center that is currently given a draftable great ranking on the aggregate is Pat Coogan. Pat Coogan of the Indiana Hoosiers, national champs, 23, 6'5", so a little bit tall, 311 pounds though, so he does have a full frame. Really short arms, small hands, so physically not everything you would want. We got some fifth, we got some sixth. Aggregate puts him in the sixth. PFF grades over the last couple years have been good. They were really strong last year. He allowed 0 hits and 0 sacks last year and only 2 penalties, so clean, kept his QB clean. So the positives with Coogan are pretty obvious. He's got NFL size. Like, he's not one of the... There are centers sometimes that are sneaking to the back end of the draft that are like 280 pounds. Coogan is not here because he's only 280 pounds. He is legitimately sized. He's able to set protections and establish things pretty well pre-snap. So there is something to be said for the pre-snap cerebralness. He's fundamental in space. His fundamentals are solid. He knows how to move. He knows how to get up to landmarks. He maximizes his limited length. And he is a pretty good athlete. Let me rephrase that a little bit. I don't want to sound like I'm selling him short, but he's a good athlete overall. The arms are still short by any standard, barely 31 inches. He's not a standout athlete for the center position. It's just good. Power rushers are going to push him around, and his hand placement is coming. It's coming along. It's not great. So you got a guy here who isn't a great athlete and also not really strong, so he's kind of in the middle. So I feel like he's kind of caught between two worlds here. So there's not enough in either direction to really stand out. The main thing with him is pre-snap. So I think he'll be a competent center in general, but you can't get too excited. I'm not going crazy with Coogan. So 6th round pick would be okay. I would be fine with a 6th round pick. I can justify that. All right. So Pat Coogan is going to be our last center here. The Miami guy has been in the top 250 during parts of the offseason, but he was pushed off of it by a long shot last I looked. So we're not going to talk about him for now. And next up, tomorrow we will be bumping along to right tackle. So tune in for that tomorrow, I believe. And we are getting close to the end here, guys. There's not a lot left. See you guys soon. Go Hawks. Everybody have a great rest of your day.